Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. Now in today's video, I'm going to do a video a little bit different. I have yet to cover a video with this exact topic, and what I'm going to do is go through the contents of my pocket dump. Basically, I mean, it's similar to a pocket dump, but it's going to be my EDC pocket dump slash what I carry on my person on a typical day. Now, I've done other videos in the past showing my overall EDC system, overall EDC contents, the different bags that I've used, but I've never covered the EDC contents that I carry on my person, and so I'm going to go through that today. Now, I'm lucky enough to be out here hanging out with my boys. They're over there throwing rocks, enjoying this beautiful day. And while they're over there enjoying the sights and sounds of splashing rocks in the water, I figured I'd go through these contents. So we'll have a little bit of background noise, but no big deal. Nice overall location, beautiful day, and some hopefully interesting gear coming your way. So my general philosophy on my EDC personal carry system is based upon the fact that I have a job that requires me to work at both a desk and out in an industrial facility. So I do have different things that I carry for different points and various reasons throughout my day. So I want to be a little bit versatile and have the ability to shed weight when I need to do various different tasks. So the first thing is that I do carry a bulk of my system in one of these Maxpedition carry pouches. This is the EDC Organizer. It's been around for a long time, but it is very effective and useful for me. Obviously, my cell phone is a very critical piece of gear, something that I always need to have on me, and so that always is at my side. My keys, consisting of my vehicle keys, my work keys, which has a number of different things associated with them, some sort of a pocket knife, and then what you don't see here, the single thing that I didn't bring with me today, is some level of a flashlight. Now, the flashlight can vary depending on what I'm doing. I have two main flashlights that I use. One is a typical 1,000 lumen, reasonable size pocket flashlight, and the other is a larger 4,000 lumen Olight that I use for heavy duty inspections. So my flashlight selection will vary. You'll see that in this current system, I do have other flashlights for use outside of my workplace, but I did not, like I say, bring those other two flashlights with me simply because it does not always apply. It pretty much applies when I am in the workplace. So anyway, I'll go through the rest of these contents here so you can see kind of what I got going on, different products that I found to be useful, and hopefully have some solutions that will work for you. So let's get into detail on each one of these items. The first thing is I do carry my wallet on the outside of this pouch. You know, I wear cargo pants a lot, so I take this entire pouch and I'll put it right in one of my cargo pockets. I found that I've been carrying my wallet in this organizer for the main reason that my wallet is ridiculously thin. I mean, it's very, very thin, and it does not take up much space. So a lot of times I'll throw this places. It's black, it blends in, it gets lost like all the time. So I'm constantly losing my wallet, and that's why I kind of started carrying this. As foolish as it sounds, you can say, well, why don't you just get a bigger wallet? Well, I don't know, I mean, I like it. It does a good job for me, and it has everything that I really need with nothing too much more. So it really works well in that regard. So pretty much I've just been sliding it in the outside of this pouch, and it's been working well for me, and then I throw this in my pocket, and it's a perfect solution. So that has been a pretty good wallet, and overall on the outside of this pouch has worked quite well. Now overall, the pouch is just a tiny bit bulky. It's not too bad. Like I said, I typically wear some level of cargo pants, so I mean, for me, just to throw it in there works out pretty good. And then when I get to where I need to be, I mean, most of the time I'm pretty much just popping it out and putting it on my desk or whatever I need to do, getting it out of my pocket, and then when I need to go again, just grabbing it and sliding it back in, and I'm off. So that's worked out overall pretty well. Now on the inside of the pouch, I just have a small number of things, but they are very useful to me. I always have a couple of pens, a lot of times I'll put a real thin pad of paper back here just for notes. I have a lighter. In this case, it's a Saberlight Plasma Lighter. These are pretty cool USB rechargeable lighter, but it's always good just to have the ability to light something up if you need it. I have a small pocket knife. This is my Kubey Damascus gentleman's folding knife that I've been keeping in here. You know, very good for different reasons. Sometimes I'll carry a larger folder, and if I'm at a place where I really just don't want to look like totally crazy and I want to put my larger folder away and just use this to be a little you know, more inconspicuous, I'll pull this out. It's good for opening boxes, things like that. So I keep this in here. I have a Leatherman. This is the Charge Titanium. I took my bits out. I'll keep my bits in here as well, so it has the versatility that comes with this. And you'll see here I do have a small flashlight. This is the Thorfire. This is the TG06S. I've done a review on this. Nice little EDC flashlight, nice and compact, and fits in this kit pretty well. So some very, very basic things here, but everything from a multi-tool to a little knife, flashlight, a lighter, some pens, and generally some paper. That's all I really need to kind of keep me overall organized and overall with some of the real basic things I need for day in, day out business. Keeping in mind that on top of this, I also typically have my full EDC system, which I'll keep either in my vehicle or I'll bring it between my house, my vehicle, and my office. So I have definitely a full suite of things at my, you know, at my fingertips, but this is really something that's quite easy, and if I need to, I can just grab it and go real quick. And again, just on the front of this, having my wallet, and then if I need to, I could lash this to something or loop that around a belt loop. So this has been very great for me. It's been a nice option. I went a real long time without carrying any sort of organizer, and all these little things that I had in here were loose in my pockets. So I'd find that, you know, I'd pull out 5, 6, 7 items out of my pockets every time I went to sit down, or when I got to home, I'd throw it on my nightstand. Now it's just nice and contained in one of these little things, and I throw it in my cargo pocket, and it's worked very, very well. So in terms of a cell phone, I carry a Samsung. I've always carried Samsung phones. I've had a lot of different versions. I'm still on the S7, but it's been solid for me. So, I mean, most people typically these days have a smartphone. Obviously, it doubles as a camera, doubles as a video camera. It's, you know, one of those real basic things that most people have these days, and I can't honestly even say I could see a minute going without it. So this is certainly on my person at all times. Unless something crazy happens, I always have a knife on me. The only time that I can really say that I don't is if I go to a place that just simply does not allow it. Recently, and I mean, I've been switching between a few different blades, but ever since I've gotten this Kizlyer Supreme Whisper, I've been carrying this. I absolutely love this knife. It is the perfect size for EDC. Smooth quality. I love the steel. The action is great. It's just been a wonderful knife for me. So I've been carrying this more times than not. I just find I naturally gravitate towards it. So always some sort of a pocket knife, and in this case, I've been carrying this Kizlyer Supreme Whisper. Now, I always have my car keys on me. On all my keys, I always put some sort of a clip. I find that, you know, it's really just a little security feature that you need. In some cases, you can get very, very small clips, but you should just always have a clip on your keychain. That just totally makes sense, because that way, even if it's inside a pack, you can clip it to the inside of the pack. I mean, this is really one of your most important possessions for so many reasons. So, you know, I don't think people necessarily think of it that way, but if you were to lose your keys at any point in time, you'd just be absolutely in pure trouble. So for me, I always put a clip, and that way at least I can clip this to the inside of my bag, inside of my pockets, just to ensure that I absolutely do not lose them. Now, my main keychain here has a lot going on. I spent a lot of time trying to find an appropriate keychain that was the right design, the right shape and size, overall right length, and did what I needed to. And I ultimately ended up coming across this Oakley Mechanism keychain. This is kind of obsolete. It's hard to find. You can find it, but it's not like a regularly carried item anymore. It's pretty interesting where it's got this little sort of grenade pin style latch that loosens the the clip and allows it to release. But I like the size of this clip. It fits on all my belt loops very well, and it's an interesting shape, and it actually functions quite well. And you can see how long I've had this. A lot of the paint now is actually missing, and it's had a lot of hard use. The paracord at first I thought was going to be a little bit flimsy and maybe wear out over time, but the flimsiness actually has been really good, where this bends nicely and makes it into your pocket, so it's not real stiff. Other paracord is quite stiff, but that was not the case with this, and it's not it hasn't torn, or it hasn't like worn through or anything like that, so I've had no problems with it. So from an overall style, shape, size, quality, function, this keychain's been pretty sweet. And one of the additions that I added to it was this Nite Ize sort of multi-beaner on the bottom that allowed me to kind of connect different things that I might need at various points throughout the day onto it, and to give me a little more versatility. So all in all, this has been an excellent keychain system. So you may not think about it, but your keychain system really gives you the ability to add a lot of versatility. Now granted, it looks like there's a lot going on here. This is quite bulky for my pocket, but at the same time I find that it doesn't bother me. A lot of times when I get to my desk, or I get to my house, or I get to my car, or different places, I'll actually remove the keychain altogether and just kind of take it out of my pocket and set it aside with that EDC pouch. So these kind of just live side by side together. So I mean, the bulkiness never has really bothered me, but it gives me what I need when I need it. And so, the first thing is I have this typically clipped onto one of my belt loops. And so by having this clipped onto my belt loop with a small keychain flashlight, it's allowed me just to have a little flashlight on me at all times. It either acts as a backup, or it's really nice when I'm trying to get in the house and it's dark, or different areas, and I'm trying to use my keys. I can just pull this out and pop it on real quick, and then it really gives me the ability to see and illuminate where I'm trying to get to. And then I found that these Nite Ize beaners, these small beaners here, have been great, because if I have different sets of keys for different specific reasons or different things on here, I can pop each one off individually for different reasons. Say I wanted to let somebody borrow my keys real quick, I can just pop this off and give them just that, so I'm not handing my entire key set over. So that's worked out overall very, very well. So that's a nice little addition to this keychain system that's given it some additional versatility. Now, some of the other things you'll see on here besides keys, this is a little, it's called a company called Ruth. I think it's Ruth C&P. Basically what this is, if you unthread this is some earplugs. So again, I work in an industrial facility. I do find that a lot of times I'll be in loud and noisy areas, and I'll need earplugs. So I keep these right on my keychain, so I don't need to use those cheap foam ones, basically the reusable ones. And not only that, but every now and then I find myself going to a place with loud music or concerts or different things like that, and just the ability to protect your ears when you need to works out very well. Another little gizmo that I carry on my keys is what I call my backup pen. So this is it's a little pen. I think it's a company called True Utility. Basically, they have lots of funny little products, and this is just a little collapsible pen. Basically, just has a little refill in here, and I have a couple of the refills for this pen in my EDC bag, so if this did run out of ink, I could refill it. But it's really nice. I find that a lot of times I just can't find a pen, and I know that I always have this little backup right on my keychain. It's super small, ridiculously tiny, basically doesn't weigh anything, and just gives me a little more versatility on my keychain. So anyway, overall, I mean, that's my keychain system. It's worked out very well for me, and I've greatly enjoyed this. Now, a couple other things that aren't necessarily considered EDC, but it's worth noting. I always have a nice quality belt. This is the Kubey climbing belt. I've worn this basically every single day since I got it. It's been on every single pair of pants that I've worn since literally the day I got this. I've had it for about 4 months now. It's an excellent belt. I very much like it. It never loosens up. Very high quality. I've worn it with dress pants. I've worn it with my bushcraft pants and different hiking scenarios, and overall a wonderful belt. So even though this is not necessarily an EDC item per se, I think it's worth noting a good quality belt is always worth having just to help you keep your pants where you need them. And just finally, a good quality pair of eyewear. I always have glasses, typically polarized. Most times than not, they're going to be some sort of Oakleys. I just like Oakley style. I like the way they fit. I've overall been very happy with the quality. And so for me, always having a good pair of sunglasses with me is absolutely a must. So all right, guys, there you have it. A real quick look at some of the things that I typically have with me on my person. This is my EDC pocket dump. This first one I've shot. I hope you found it a little bit informative. I hope I did all right at that. Like I said, first time I've really taken a look at some of the contents that I carry on my person, and you know, it's important stuff. It's, you know, I think a lot of people in the prepping and EDC world think about it, but not everybody does. I mean, sometimes you take that stuff for granted. You know, you're not thinking necessarily about how to build a system or what the most efficient thing is. I've worked on it for a while now. I've found the things that have been the little nuances and the little things that have kind of bugged me, and I go, geez, you know, I really wish I had that on me right now. So to be able to take that stuff and condense it down into a nice little kit is pretty useful and something that's definitely worth considering. So all right, guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.